Many school councils across the province hold their annual general meetings in the fall. Other school councils that normally hold their AGM in May or June postponed it in hopes of being able to meet in person in the fall. With strict health regulations in place due to COVID-19, you may be wondering, what do we do now about our school council AGM? ASCA is here to help you navigate through the steps. The first thing you need to do is find out if you're able to host virtual meetings. The legislation that governs school councils in Alberta is the Education Act, Section 55, and the School Councils Regulation. Neither of these documents provide specific guidance or details relating to AGMs. So the next place to check would be your school council bylaws, or as ASCA calls them, operating procedures. You may be wondering if your school council even has operating procedures, or OPs. The legislation states that school councils may have OPs, so your school council may not have them. If you don't have a current copy, please check with your principal and perhaps past school council executive members. If you still can't find any school council OPs, ASCA offers a free workshop to help you create this important governing document, and it can be presented in person or virtually. Please contact our office or go to our website to request a workshop. If you do have OPs or bylaws, check to see if your school council is able to hold virtual online meetings. If nothing is stated, you may want to amend your OPs to include a clause on electronic voting and virtual meetings and AGMs. Under the current circumstances, your members most likely won't mind if you have to breach your operating procedures, and school councils have no legal authority, so there's no legal issue to worry about. Just be open and transparent. The next step is to have a conversation with your principal about hosting a virtual school council AGM. Discuss with the principal what online platform would work best, like Zoom, Skype, or Google Meets. Remember that some platforms, like Zoom, only permit a meeting to be a certain length of time for free. Also, some school divisions have policies regarding online platforms and which ones can be used in their schools. Some things to consider when planning your virtual AGM are selecting a date and time for the AGM with your principal. Remember that a school council meeting cannot take place without the principal or designate, even if the meeting is virtual. How long will the AGM be? As this will probably be your first virtual AGM, you may want to keep the meeting as short as possible to only deal with immediate business. How will you let your members, the parents, know about the virtual AGM? Likely an email or auto phone message out from the school on behalf of the school council would be the most effective. If your school council uses social media, you may want to promote the AGM that way too. How will motions, if needed, be made? And how will voting work for things like elections? When creating your AGM agenda, please ensure that you're co-creating it with the principal. Check your OPs to see how much notice you should give your members for the AGM. If nothing is noted, a good rule of thumb is to give at least 14 days notice. Send your AGM agenda out along with the notice. Attach as many reports and documents to the AGM agenda as you can so that members can read these items in advance and come prepared with meaningful questions and discussion points. This would include the draft minutes from your last AGM that will need to be approved. If you would like a sample AGM agenda, please check on our website or contact the ASCA office. One last thing, you may want to have the principal run the AGM, or at least the elections portion of the AGM. The principal is impartial and a respected leader in the school community. We hope that the School Council web clip will help you to move forward with plans for a virtual AGM. For more information about school councils, please explore our website noted on the slide. ASCA is here to support you as you continue your important school council work.